Buzzborn, it's Special Agents Boulder and Brainy of the Federal Bureau of Imagination.
Eek, it's the bloody feds! So, what do you say we go tip some pints? Me place is drier than the Sahara.
We got a call saying you were disturbing the peace. Any special reason you have chosen not to cross over to the other side?
Sure enough, look through the hole in the blooming fence. It looked boring as all heck.
Buzzy, we'd like to ask you a few questions if we may.
Are you from Rolling Stone?
No, we're working on the CorteX files, cases that pertain to strange miswirings of the brain.
Miswired, eh?
When a newborn baby doesn't get what it needs to develop, then certain behavioral and psychotic disorders may take place.
Like what?
Whoever is the primary caretaker of a newborn has the responsibility to give the child whatever he or she needs to make certain vital connections in the brain.
Go on.
Take you, for example. Your mother played piano in a pub, and your father was a drunkard. Although you had music all around you as a child, you also had drugs, bar fights, and alcohol.
That's right, I got my first bar fight at age 4. By 12, they hired me as a bouncer. I wasn't really big, mind you, but I didn't take any guff. I'm impressed, love. You know a lot about me. Did you read my biography?
I read an article about you in Has Been magazine.
Has been! Has been!
June 1969. My doctor needs to get some new magazines.
You could have been great, but you let drugs and alcohol consume your talent.
You're a real downer, you know that? Saying I wasn't brought up right and all.
A child needs 10 very important things, starting with touch. A child must be cradled, held, cuddled, hugged, massaged. It will calm, comfort, and encourage the child to feel secure and able to explore its environments. Did your parents do these things for you, Buzzy?
We didn't do much of that. They put me in a cradle. I hugged my pillow. My pillow hugged me. The cat used to sharpen its claws at my bum. My dad would take me for extended staggers.
Did your parents respond to all your needs, Buzzy?
When I cried, they went to the pub. But some of me babysitters kind of sort of took care of me a little. This one bloke, Stinky Pete, he lived under the front porch. He used to watch me when my parents would go to important dart tournaments. He hugged me a lot.
Did they interact with you, Buzzy? A parent must spend time responding to the cues of the child.
Well, no, my parents were English. The English are a distant people. You know, across the ocean kind of distant.
Did they communicate with you, Buzzy?
Sure, they talked to me as soon as I was old enough to take out the bloody garbage.
Did they provide for you, Buzzy? Plug outlets, block stairs, keep chemicals out of reach?
Chemicals were well within reach. Covers on the outlets? Well, I think my hair does this.
Play is the method in which a child learns, has fun, begins to understand themselves, and communicates with others.
By play, if you mean me hiding and then leaving me for days, yes, we played.
Did your parents read books to you, Buzzy? Reading provides an opportunity for children to learn about themselves and their surroundings.
They had me paint the house.
Did they sing songs with you? Music provides a special time to share with children.
They taught me to sing for me supper in the pub.
Buzzy, would you do me a favor?
Name it, love.
Can you read these research findings to the kids out there? Coming from you, it might mean a little more.
Right then. Most empirical research on primates has shown evidence that repeated maternal stress has long-term effects on offspring. Oh, poor monkey. Oh, monkey, poor monkey. Oh. Monkeys are like dumb people. Really? With tails. Ah!
Hi, Cortex.
Who's that?
That's Cortex, the alien.
Alien, eh? He's green enough, but ain't so little.
Specifically, how an individual copes with change, stress, may be laid down or programmed in fetal life.
Good gosh, what's that?
Teratogens, such as alcohol, smoking, drugs, lead, and mercury, if taken by the mother during pregnancy, can have adverse effects on embryonic and fetal development.
Alcohol is a potent teratogen that affects placental development and function. Adverse effects are both structural and neurological. FAS, or fetal alcohol syndrome, is one of the most commonly known causes of mental retardation, and the only one that is entirely preventable. Alcohol destroys cells in the brain that allow neurons to reach their final destination during brain development. The concentration of alcohol in the fetal blood is higher than in the mother's blood. There is no known safe level of alcohol consumption during pregnancy.
Prenatal stress is best described as a behavioral teratogen because it alters the behavior of the offspring. Simply stated, research has shown that parentally stressed offspring show alterations in their own reaction to stress. A number of researchers have suggested that prenatal stress may serve as a predisposing factor to mental illness. Alterations in neurotransmitter systems contribute to various forms of psychopathology in humans. Prenatal stress in animals not only induces depressive-like behaviors, but also modifies brain chemistry in ways that are similar to those which have been reported in depressed brains of human patients. They scored significantly lower on tests of motor activity and maturity. They performed worse than controls on tests of muscle tone coordination, balance, and had slower response speed. They were more distractible and passive. They were markedly delayed in attaining certain sensor motor milestones. They reacted to separation with a behavior profile suggestive of depression. Studies indicate that one effect of prenatal stress on offspring is that of predisposing individuals to exhibit different, if not abnormal, responses to environmental challenges and stress by comparison to other non-stress developing offspring.
Well, looky there, slacker. Isn't that your posse driving by?
Daddy, take me on the slide.
You know how to slide, don't ya? You've been sliding by your whole life. Mommy's not gonna be happy about this.
Prenatal effects from use of cocaine and crack cocaine. Cocaine cuts the flow of nutrients and oxygen to the baby. Cocaine impairs fetal growth development. Cocaine use produces a higher risk of spontaneous abortion. Cocaine use produces higher risk of prematurity. Cocaine use produces a higher risk of having a low-weight baby. Cocaine use can cause irreversible brain damage to the fetus. Cocaine-exposed babies tend to have underdeveloped heads and demonstrate abnormal brain wave patterns. Go through drug withdrawal, making bonding difficult. Demonstrate short attention span. Cocaine-exposed babies show problems with language acquisition, recognition, memory, information processing.
So what do you think of that?
Bloody depressing. Why didn't anybody tell me about that?
I told CorteX he could check his email and take a nap.
You let him sleep in your bed? Gross!
I'm gonna incinerate the sheets.
Hi, Cortex.
Hello, Brady.
I see you're bidding on an autographed Britney Spears poster.
It's for my niece, you see.
Uh-huh. Were you thinking about ordering a pizza?
You were about to order a pepperoni and veggie pizza. Your exhaustive quest to spread the word on brain files has made you hungry. You don't tip very well. What do you expect on an educator's salary? Some of you students smoke. You are addicted to nicotine. And that nicotine is making you glance at the clock every 30 seconds. Nicotine, one of the hardest substances to quit. Tobacco may seem like a fun, relaxing, social interaction, but it's one that comes at a price, not only to your health, but to your baby. And after all, you have thought about being a mother from time to time, haven't you? Welcome to the tobacco zone. Maternal smoking is a potent teratogen during all 3 trimesters. Maternal smoking interferes with the oxygen supply and nutritional needs of the fetus through the processes of oxygen deprivation, vasoconstriction, and undernutrition. Maternal smoking causes damage to the vascular system of the uterus and the placenta. Secondhand smoke can cause multiple respiratory illnesses, including chronic ear infections, a condition that jeopardizes language development.
Yeah. Let's eat.